So, dear Dharma practitioners, we are going to start our ongoing meditation session now. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, you can mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take a few minutes to clarify how this meditation can help for us to cultivate our inner awareness. So when it comes to human life, you have to understand the most powerful tool that you have, your own awareness. So when it comes to animal world, the animal itself have different kind of body parts, can protect themselves. So the most of the animal have strong teeth, legs, tail, and some animals have a very nature to release poisons to protect them. So when it comes to human life, the most powerful teeth that you have, the most powerful tail that you carry, so the most powerful hands or the legs or the horns, task that you carry is your brain. So then you have to remember, when you live a life, are you using your skills, or are you just have a life? You can just have a life. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, the life has very nature. So one is going up and down. And if it is go up and down, it is okay. But the thing is, it has a different nature. Life go up and down and round and round. So it's always going to experience same again and again, which we don't want. So the only way then, you have a choice. Use your skills. So what is the skill that you have? The most powerful skill? Awareness. Get into that. Use it. But when in our day-to-day life, we look for the happiness, satisfaction, comfort, freedom, success. And then out of that, we keep doing many things. But end of our life, mostly what happens? Our own success, happiness, satisfaction, the freedom start to come against us. So then we have to understand that is not the true happiness. That is not the real freedom. Because if it is the real freedom, it should release you rather than make you kind of like a prisoner. So today you have opportunity to select something, then you take it as the freedom. And maybe you go to a place to eat. Sometimes you get your own menu, and then everybody select their own menu. So that is your own freedom. Maybe you appreciate that rather than somebody else jumping on you and tell you get it this, you should get that, like that. You think it is good for you, you have your own menu and then you can select whatever you want. And sometimes people appreciate that. But the thing is, and maybe what you order make you sick end of the day. See that you have the freedom to select something which you appreciate, but you have no capability to make it profitable for you. So it's like, as you know, in the ancient time, hunter-gatherers, they used to go and hunt the animals. And sometimes when people go to hunting, you know what happened? The animal hunt the people sometimes. You may heard many times people got attacked by animals. So you go to, kill the animal, but you get killed by animal. So our life the same. So what we build up as the happiness, satisfaction, joy, pleasure, and the life that itself, finally, we think it is, oh, this is my life, I do this, I have the freedom. But finally, what happened, end of the day, it is start to bounce back and bring all the unnecessary difficulties to us that make us suffering. That is itself is the one way that we have to understand that wrong choice that the inside us, that whatever the decision we make regarding ourselves, sometimes not going to help for our conventional development and the spiritual development. So then we have to come to a point to recognize why it happened like that. Why we have no capability when the opportunity have in front of us, why we don't have the capability to get into the exactly to the right point. Because mostly we base on information. We take decision on experience. We take decisions related to our personal interest. And we take decisions with our self-centered, egocentric mind. And maybe it deeply narrated by culture, tradition, nations, religion. So like that, maybe you think you take a decision behalf of the religion, but no. Maybe you think you take a decision behalf of the nation. No. See, it is just the outside identity, but underneath that identity, you carried your self-centered mind. So then whatever that you take, the decision you take is going to go wrong. So then you have to develop a method. When you want to take a decision, you should not count on or depend on or put your power on regarding your nation, your country, your religion, your family, your culture. You have to come to a point to see the very necessary cause and conditions in that very moment happening as it is. So that is a difficult task. Why? Because we build up our life depending on all other things. So then when we going to take a decision, we use that tools. When you use that tools, what happens? You belong to. So whatever the outcome belong to that things and you go with it. You have no opportunity to become free. But deeply inside, if you develop the awareness, moment by moment, you can develop awareness, you can develop a skill, detach your mind from all these outside reasons and come to the very cause and conditions happening in that very moment. So we know that we all have the intentions. So without intentions, without dreams, our life not going to happen. So, but that the intention is like this. Intention is like that every king was a kind of like a child once a while and didn't have any power. Just crying, lying down on the bed or the floor and just crying. But this child become a king. And every, this all the huge buildings, once upon a time it used to be in a map or the paper. And it didn't have ability to appear. So your intentions are the same. So what you hold as intention is kind of like a newly born child, maybe in the future going to become a king, or maybe it's just the draft, landscape regarding some kind of huge city, and in the future it's going to appear with the huge buildings. So you have to remember. So your intention is kind of like a prophecy that always whispering to your mind regarding your future. So you have to put some effort to be very clear with the intention. Why? Because it's going to become your life. So intention always become kind of like that it is invisible, and it is the tool that going to bring you prosperity or whatever the profit end of the day. But when it comes to intention, if you not purify it, looking at it, sometimes end of the day, we're going to get something else. So we say, oh, I had a good intention, but I end up with something bad. So this is the thing. Even you can practice meditation and thinking, oh, I want to practice meditation and I want to do this kind of spiritual things in my life. But underneath, you have to see from where you come to that point. Because sometimes your intention you don't see. Maybe as example, you have a deep kind of like a unsatisfaction regarding something, maybe regarding people, especially your personal life, maybe regarding your family, maybe regarding your children, maybe regarding the society. So you have a kind of like a deeper tiredness about life. So that tiredness, look for a place to settle down. And then you come to spiritual practice. And then you would start to do good. But underneath the current, the main intention, the blueprint of that city is something else. So then whatever you do, you're going to end up with the failing and the result not going to work. And then you think, oh, it because of this, it because of that, like that. No, the reason is that your intention, that whatever the profit that you gain, it come related to your intention. So then be very careful. So whatever you do good, do it because it is good. Not you going to get, oh, this is a good karma, I do this, and then, I will get it. And sometimes people become generous, they want to give because they know they're going to receive. So remember, you can cheat your own thoughts, but we cannot cheat the nature. So then when it comes to practice the same, be authentic, be realistic. Yourself, it is not for anybody else. Be truthful to yourself. Of course, in life, there are a lot of up and downs. You have to understand that is the very nature of life. It happens everywhere, all the time. It is not only for you. You cannot beat that. You cannot change the very nature of life. You cannot change suffering. You cannot change unsatisfaction. And then you think, oh, I'm going to find a place to be immortal and all the time going to be happy. You cannot do it. Don't try to go in that way. And sometimes you want to keep this everything the way you want, and at the same time, you want to have everything around you the way you want, and still you want to have a kind of like a spiritual development. You cannot do that. Why? Because underneath the very nature, the very reality, that what we experience as truth, as dharma, we cannot change. We cannot challenge for that. So the practicing meditation is not for that. It's deeply going to take you to recognize and understand. It's going to take you to a place to see yourself. This anything is not belong to you. Each and every atom, particles, subparticles in your body, this trillion cells in your body has its own way. It's not going to belong to what we think. Once you come to that point, that itself make you free. So that freedom itself is an inner wisdom. So once you have it, you don't come to a point to practice anything with the deeper intention related to self-centered mind. So can you observe the inhalation or exhalation? Very simple. This is it's just own your own inhalation, exhalation. Can you come to a point just to see it without any intention to make something out of that seeing? Can you sit for a moment without having any further intention, go beyond that sitting and get something out of that sitting? That is what you have to understand. That make you more powerful. Can you listen to any sound without having any kind of mental conversation, just allowing it to beat the sound? Can you get any smell or the aroma without any kind of mental comments or interference, and 100% total acceptance? That is what makes you powerful. Can you find a place to eat something? Just thinking about the hunger and just the cure hunger, you take this. Make it very, very simple, basic. And it's kind of like you're tuning to the bottom line of elements. That's the secret. But your intention break you down, you separate from that connection. So what you need to deeply connect to that deeper elements. So that elements, heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. And so whatever the intention, separate you from it. And that separation create the dependency. So we always then start to depend. So see that when your bottom nature, your inner nature, the roots inside you have that dependency, what will happen? So whatever you do, always you look for something back. Then itself, then you bound to outcome. So that itself your samsara. So then you have to look, you have to look into yourself and see that without any reason. And sometimes you caught up in things and you have no power to get out of it. You have no strength to move away from it. No one hold you. Another thing is, you know it doesn't work, but still you are there. It's a deeply, you have to come to a point to look into that deeper, that inside you. And that is something, if you are able to get that connect to this element, then you will see deeper that each and every cell in you have that wisdom. But we don't recognize it. So as example, sometimes when you come to a point to meet a person, and the very first time when you meet, maybe your partner, the very first time you meet, you knew it doesn't work. But knowingly that, still you thought, it's okay. I can make it happen. I can fix this person. And maybe many other reasons around it. So how, see that in the bottom, if you go to the bottom line, how you knew this not going to work for you? but still you get into that. That is the key point that you can apply to anything in your life. That is the key point that you have to understand. That is the wisdom that the in elements that you have, because the element doesn't cheat. The element has the pure, authentic nature to tune into truth. So our body the same, the outside the same. It's like this the same. This not going to cheat us. You know, that appearance itself going to show us something. But the thing is, when our mind caught up in so much thoughts, ideas, we have no power to understand that appearance. So if you're able to understand that appearance itself become your wisdom. That was called clear comprehension, direct perception. But we doesn't have it. Why? Because the intention not clear. We don't have the right intention. So then anything in your life, even any sports, the very first day sometimes, you know, you take, your parents took you to the field or somewhere, you know, the very first time when you put you there and you recognize this doesn't work for me. But still then you think, oh, I can make good friends. Maybe I can, you know, just spend time with them or kind of something like that. But maybe you're going to end up being injured. So the very first day you knew it doesn't work for you. And knowingly sometimes we're still going to hold it to that. Why you hold it to that? From where that come? And you know this doesn't work. Being with this person not going to work for me. But still you're going to be with that person. How you going to be there? So what is the power? Why you again and again and again get into that? Why you keep looking there? You have to question. Because you know everything. You don't need anything, you know, that from outside. This is through the meditation, especially when it comes to vipassana meditation, this is what activates inside you. That is what start to, you know, work deeper underneath with each and every perception. So getting to that in the beginning, we have to come to the tranquility state. So in that tranquility state, you come to a point, intention-free observation. So once you release your mind from deeper, this intention, the mind start to get into its own rhythm, own strength, own vibration, own energy. And that is where the clarity going to come. So that clarity itself will uplift your recognition. And when the recognition uplift, and then you start to tune to the elements. So that is what called profitable skill. Because naturally, you get into the depth of the elements. And naturally, you get into the depth of the intention also. So because other things have intentions, this everything came, this all the material things. Underneath this, all the material appearance, there is a silence intention. Sometimes we don't see it. So when you tune to the elements, you're going to recognize. It's like this, that when they make this water bottle, if they had the intention to make us sick or healthy or give a good service to the world, or just the business matter, they want to get a lot of money out of it. So that is a kind of like an intentional element underneath this material. That's why this material appear like that. So when your mind tuned to that kind of rhythm, vibration, energy, or the frequency, just by seeing this bottle, you're going to recognize from where this come, what kind of intention it carry. So then just imagine when you hear things, when you see things, when you smell things, when you eat things, when you have the people around you, if you get into that intentional elements, there's nothing else to question. There's nothing else to investigate. There's nothing else to look. There's nothing else to think, because you touch the bottom line. And that is what, through this analytical meditation, that is the skill developed inside you. It's already there, but it's covered by many other things. So that's why for a certain level, we need the practice. So then remember yourself that whatever the situation that you went through, doesn't matter. From that point, you can get into that, because it's always there. That it always keep going, this turning up and down, this energy. So you can always can get back to it. It doesn't matter in the samsara that it brings us to this point, but from this point you can reverse that whole pattern. It's like one tree can create maybe million matchsticks, but one matchstick can burn the entire forest. So like that, the samsaric journey is kind of like our own intention create us to come to so far in this journey and bound to this material. But this is a moment, it's kind of like you become like a matchstick. And then you have power to burn it down and become free from it. But still, sometimes we think, why we have to do it? No. What's the wrong? Just keep going with it. What's the wrong that, we just find a kind of like a pure land and there's nothing come against us, no any resistance. There's everything, everything kind of like smooth and comfortable, and everywhere we see the beauty, and all the time 24/7 only the happiness going to be there. So how about if we find that kind of place, what's wrong with that? There is no such a place like a permanent place. Maybe there's for a while you can be there. No, but there's no such a place going to be permanent. So that's why, as human being, use your best skill and use your best, most powerful teeth and get the best food out of this all. There's other animals eating many things using their teeth, but as you, the best food for you is the wisdom. That will cure all the hunger. No, that will cure all the thirst that through this samsaric journey that you went through. So use it. Just cure your hunger. And don't just keep, eating dust. Don't keep eating junk food using that, most powerful teeth. That's what you have to think. So what is the best, the food that you can eat out of it? Tuning to the present moment, not depending on the past or the future with the self-centered desires. No, just get into the present moment. And when you come to that present moment, underneath deeply, remember, get out of the intention. Be in the moment without any intention. That will take you to the pure nature, or the ultimate, the truth that happening within us, and it will bring the connection to this universal truth. And once you have that connection, from that to forward, you will see where to go and how to go. So with that, so get into the practice a little bit. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say so patveva, or may I be well and happy, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Do nothing extra. Just recognize the sensation. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also, may all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribundhisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.